وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والمطلقات يتربصن بأنفسهن ثلاثة قروء ولا يحل لهن أن يكتمن ما خلق الله في أرحامهن إن كن يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر وبعولتهن أحق بردهن في ذلك إن أرادوا إصلاحا ولهن مثل الذي عليهن بالمعروف وللرجال عليهن درجة والله عزيز حكيم صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 228. From the past two ayat, yesterday we started ahkamat or rulings about talaq or divorce. And these are really important matters. I had an intention of going through them quickly, but my Shaykh Hazrat Dr. Mufti Sahab has specially advised that these masail, these rulings should be told to people very clearly and in detail. So inshallah we'll spend some time from these ayat till the end, almost like 20 ayat, 242 till ayat 242. We have these ahkamat going on. Anyway, in this ayah we'll just do one ayah today, which starts the chapter of talaq particularly. First we'll go through the translation and then a few points. وَالْمُطَلَّقَاتُ divorced women. يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ. يَتَرَبَّصْنَ shall keep themselves waiting. بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ with themselves. They shall keep themselves or they shall wait themselves. So it essentially means that they will not marry. They will hold themselves. ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوء for 3 periods. For their 3 periods of menstruation. وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَهُنَّ أَن يَكْتُمْنَ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ فِي أَرْحَامِهِنَّ. And it is not permissible for them that they hide, that they conceal what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created within their wombs. مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created فِي أَرْحَامِهِنَّ. So it may either be a regular period or it may be that they have conceived and they are pregnant. But at that point it becomes haram for them, it becomes impermissible for them to hide what is going on. إِن كُنَّ يُؤْمِنَّ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ if they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day, the day of judgment. So inshallah we'll do the translation and then come back to this. وَبُعُولَتُهُنَّ أَحَقُّ بِرَدِّهِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ. Let's do the first part first. So for a woman who's divorced, who's given divorce, there's 2 kinds of divorces. One is bain and the other is raj'i. Raj'i basically means where ruju' can be done, where you can go back, the man and wife can come back together, make ruju' with each other, return to each other. The other kind is bain. Bain is where there is ruju' is not permitted. You cannot return without refreshing your nikah. So nikah all over has to be performed again. So raj'i is when the husband uses the specific word of talaq, that I give you talaq or I divorce you. And that can be used, a man has 3 times the right of talaq. The first 2 times it stays raj'i, when the 3rd talaq is given, then the option of ruju', the option of returning is gone. And there's a separate procedure that inshallah we'll do in the next few days. But for today, raj'i, talaq, if a man says I give you talaq, I give you divorce, either once or twice, it still remains raj'i. Where if the man wants to go back to their wife, they could go back to their wife either verbally or through action. So if they just start going back to their wife without saying anything in particular or explicit, even then ruju' is or return is complete and the marriage resumes, the nikah resumes. Should be remembered that if somebody gives 1 talaq, then they have only 2 remaining. They do not have 3 remaining. So if they give 1 talaq and then they decide to go back to their wife, for the remainder of the time they have only 2 rights of talaq remaining. The wisdom behind it all, inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits, we will go through that why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the right of talaq, divorce to the man, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in comparison has given the right of acceptance of marriage. So when 2 people are coming together, the right of accepting the proposal in Islam lies with the lady, and the right of ending this marriage lies for the most part with the man. And those are very important things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will learn how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the right for the first time. In no other religion this right had been given to a woman, that she can decide about her own future, that she can either decide to accept or refute a proposal that comes from a man. But anyway, for here, the other kind of talaq is talaq-e-ba'in. Ba'in is when a man does not specifically use the word of talaq or divorce, but they use some kind of an alternate word through which he intends a divorce. For example, I leave you, or now you are free, or now you can go and sit at your parents' house. Even that constitutes a talaq ba'in. That go and sit at your house, I don't have any relationship with you. Something like that. In Urdu, tum azad ho, या अब तुम फारिग हो मेरी तरफ से, या तुम जाओ अपने वालिदैन के घर बैठो, मेरा तुम्हारा कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. All these things constitute a talaq-e-ba'in. Ba'in means that there is no ruju'. If somebody does that, if somebody says those things, if they want to go back to their wife, nikah will have to be reperformed in the presence of two shahadat, in the presence of two witnesses. The whole nikah, he will present himself to his wife, she will present herself to him, and a full procedure of accepting and in the presence of two witnesses will be performed. But this does not have to include any other man. Just the wife could come back to their original husband and two witnesses have to be there. This is for buying. So anyway, the women who go through this, the women who are divorced, يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوءٍ, they will wait upon themselves, they'll hold themselves back, which basically essentially means that they will have iddat, that they will not remarry till 3 periods. ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوءٍ, 3 periods have passed. And at this point, it is necessary for them to not hide what's going on in their womb. If they have conceived, if they are pregnant, then their iddat will last till they deliver the baby. Otherwise, 3 periods. وَبُعُولَتُهُنَّ أَحَقُّ بِرَدِّهِنْ, and during this period, bu'ul is a jama, is a plural of ba'al. Ba'al basically means the original husband. The original husband. وَبُعُولَتُهُنَّ أَحَقُّ بِرَدِّهِنْ, they are more righteous. They have more right. وَبُعُولَتُهُنَّ أَحَقُّ بِرَدِّهِنْ, that if they are to be returned, or if the husband wants to keep them, then he has more right over them than any other man. In this period, if the husband wants to take his wife back, he has full right to take her back. More right than any other man. In aradu islaha, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeping in view the rights of women and how men can abuse their situation of authority, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a condition again, in aradu islaha, if they have irada, if they have intention of islah, of doing good, or keeping them in good manner in the future. وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. From this small sentence in ayah 228, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained the huge chapter of the rights of women. وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Women have rights similar to what they owe in a recognized manner. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have gone verse after verse explaining men what are the rights of women upon them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only used this small sentence that women have similar rights upon you. Those rights that you think belong to you, similar rights belong to them as well. So if you think that it is your right to be happy, it is their right to be happy as well. If you think that you should be kept in a good manner, that you should have peace at your home, it is their right to have peace at their home as well. Similarly, Hazrat Mufassirin have explained that equal rights belong to women in terms of property, in terms of wealth. Before Islam, people would not let women use their own property according to their own accord, according to their wishes. Whatever they will own will become a property of their husband. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed all this and said that the rights of the men and women are equal. The rights that men expect from their women, they have to deliver, they have to give those rights to their women as well. وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةً. There's one thing that rijal or men have a step above them. Alayhinna, above women. Rijal have a step or a status above them. So there's different meanings to this. Abdullah ibn Abbas, Mufassir al-Quran, radiallahu anh, has explained that this means that even when women are not fulfilling your rights, you have a level above them in understanding and in compassion that you will even forgive those rights. وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةً. As Abdullah ibn Abbas has explained it, that even when your women fail at some times to deliver, to fulfill your rights, you being more understanding, you being more capable, should forgive them. And a lot of Sahaba and Mufassirin have explained it, that the natural way of life, the natural way of creation is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put women under surveillance and under protection of men. And if we look at all the problems, as Mufti Shafi Sahib rahimahullah has written in his Tafseer, that if you look at the problems of this world, 50% of them come from the fact that when women start going beyond the limits that have been put by Sharia, the rights of surveillance and protection by men, if they start going beyond that boundary, problems start arising. Wallahu Azizun Hakim, and bear it in mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only mighty but also wise. Allahu Azizun Hakim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mighty and wise. So whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you the orders, it's not that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just has full authority over you, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very wise as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has wisdom behind all these orders. Inshallah, we'll continue next week for the next 10 ayat almost. There's ahkamat of different kinds of talaq and the reasons behind them. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين واغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا أرحم الراحمين، اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذي أهلك وخاصتك. سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين.